Humans, Hork-Bajir, Andalites, Yeerks, and Taxons if you managed to get some earbuds. Welcome, folks, to the Wonder Yeerks for all your Animorphs rewatching and eventual rereading needs. I'm Lulu, and I'm fucking back, bitches.
Hi, I'm Seda. I was here.
It's been 3 weeks since I was... 3 weeks? Okay, 1 week ago was not... We didn't do an episode.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago was Blair. 3 weeks ago was no episode.
Yeah.
It's been 4 weeks since I've been on an episode.
Yeah.
Sorry about the spotty release schedule, but it's just like we're back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back to weekly after this, probably. It's just, breaking my fuck damn leg didn't really help much.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I'm Lulu. This is Seda.
I think we did that.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you said your name. I know I said mine.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is the Wonder Yeerks. It's an Animorphs podcast. We normally read the books, but Blair is dead. So we have to watch them until
Blair
he
is
comes
not
back to
dead.
life.
Just to clarify, because that made me really upset to hear, and I know it's not true.
It made me upset to say, so I'm sorry I said that. Thank you, Blair, for doing an episode in my absence. So what you been up to, Seda? I've been, well, I guess I'll answer the question quick, because mine's not... I've been recovering from a broken leg, so I haven't been doing a whole bunch of shit. But I have been trying to find a new name. So if you're listening to this podcast and you think, hey, I've got a great new name for Lulu, at me on Twitter. I'm trying my hardest because there are so many fucking names in the world and I can't think of the right one.
Yeah, there are a lot. You should make a spreadsheet or something.
I've got like a short list. I'm thinking of I'm looking at like Sarah, I'm looking at Natalie, I'm looking at like Diana, Evelyn, Maria, Tabitha, pretty much only because it shortens to Tabby because that's how much of a fucking furry I am.
Yeah, I like Evelyn and Tabby for you. Those are cute.
Tabby is really good, is the thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Lulu though. That's my handle for a while.
Yep.
Seda, what have you been up to?
So last episode I talked about how I got these like pajama pants on my birthday and I hadn't taken them off yet. And I still kind of haven't taken them off. So that's pretty much me right now.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude. I know.
Oh, good.
I went out once.
Sometimes that's just the life you gotta live with you and your terrible son.
Yeah.
Sometimes changing pants is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Honestly, though. Yeah. No, that's a mood. I did definitely do that in college at least once. Like, just wear the same pants for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I wore the same pair of...
I just haven't been leaving my bed. Or bed. My bed really is where I've been.
Yeah, well, we all love you, Seda. Thank you for mustering up the energy to get this episode.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is that?
That was me just thinking about the things that I've been saying.
It's okay, Seda. We love you.
We watched 2 episodes of Animorphs.
We watched 2 episodes of Animorphs, and this was a juicy... It wasn't quite as good as oatmeal bath bombs, but it was very fucking good.
It was really good. Well, I mean, it was also very close to the book.
The source material?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was an added dimension of so this is the capture based on the book The Capture, the one where Jake gets taken over. One of the things that added that I don't think was in the capture was that the facility that Jake is that they have to infiltrate where Jake falls in, that is like being helped, that like his dad is helping to build that. Jake's papa is helping to build that. And so it leads like to some interaction with like, Victor Trent or whatever Visitor 3's human form name is. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Say that his name is his initials are VT.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just realized that.
Yeah, it occurred to me when we saw it pop up on the very, very good chat instant messaging UI that someone invented for Animorphs, because Jake sent a message about Victor Trent, and then Rachel went, "He's worried about Victor Trent." It's like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's worried about fucking... I had a funny joke, but I couldn't think of a word that started with V that was a color, and then I was going to say trout. Oh, he's worried about Violet Trout. He's worried about violent trout. He's worried about very angry trout that are out to fuck him up.
Why did it have to be a color?
I don't know. It just seemed like accurate in my head.
Yeah. Because Victor and Visser aren't colors.
No, they're not. Just like I was dead set on trout being one of the words, and like the idea of like Jake being worried about a specific color of fish was very funny to me in the moment, but it's not a very funny joke.
Cool. Yeah.
It's not a very funny quote joke end quote.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering.
We're taking our time to get back in the swing of this.
I was just wondering if there was an internal logic. That's all.
No, Seda, I don't know shit or fuck.
Cool. We get 3 monologues to open this episode, though. So to be fair, we're kind of in good company.
Yeah. No, we get
at least the version we watched.
We get Cassie talking about... What was Cassie talking about?
She essentially was talking about the ecological justification of war. Like,
I thought... wait, wasn't it more like some people... You need to change to save the world? Wasn't that how she capped it off?
Yeah, but a huge part of... Like, she starts off with a very corny joke that was something like, you always hear that people don't change. I guess you haven't met my friends. And then she sort of goes off for a little while about how... they have to save the earth because of animals, and how by using the animals' bodies, she's saving the animals, and so it's worth it. And it's I get so happy whenever she just goes off on her like animal tangents. It delights me. I like Cassie so
no,
much,
it's good.
Where
she's like, Cassie's really fucking good. Sorry about that. I'll try and cut that so it doesn't sound like that.
I'd like to just in the throes of my Cassie adoration, I'd like to call out a YouTube commenter on the second episode that we watched named Cheesy Tits, who 2 weeks ago left a comment. 2 weeks ago, 14 days ago, left a comment saying, "Oh, good to see they haven't made Cassie any less of an idiot in the adaptation. How dare you?"
Wow, fuck you!
How dare you, Cheesy Tits?
Cheesy Tits? Sorry?
Yeah. I didn't name them, that's just their name.
Fucked up.
Yeah. And, I mean, we can get into it later, but Cassie was pretty much acting the most logically in that episode anyway. But after Cassie's monologue, we got a Rachel monologue, and it's the most monologue-ass monologue, and I hate it.
She's like, I gotta dive in head first, make sure all my friends, and she's like doing like some model ass like posing, like some very Tiger Beat ass, like, oh, hey, I'm posing, and I'm gonna spin around, look over my other shoulder, and be like, hey, I'm the brave one, and you can only be, when a man is afraid, that is the only time he can be brave. Quote Game of Thrones. It's my favorite quote from the Game of the Throne.
This super theater kid having to audition for something monologue where she's like, but we put up a fight. Yeah, me and my friends. And it's like, oh, don't. And also for some reason it has 1,700 more cuts than any of the other ones.
I just, my head like spun around so fast it unscrewed from the top of my neck, and it just like landed on the side of the... It just landed on the floor next to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we go into sort of our Jake intro monologue that we've seen before of him just sort of explaining the premise of the show.
I used to be a normal kid. I used to play video games, talk to my friends, hang out. But then one day, an Andalite came down and gave me the power to morph, and I can turn into a tiger, which is gonna make this. It's gonna make this 6-year-old boy who doesn't know what the fuck transgender is very jealous for some reason. And then 15 years later, she's gonna make a persona and also be a girl.
Yep. That's exactly what the script said, and it's exactly how he read it in that tone.
It's really weird, but
it was
controversial
in 1998, but time has proven him correct.
Yeah, God, I wasn't even 6. I was not 6 in 1998.
I was, briefly.
So, yeah, and then we're like, they're having dinner at, like, an upscale place, and Jake just looks like his suit is, like, it looks like a Tom hand-me-down suit, frankly. It looks like it was handed him down, like, 2 years too early. Because it's big on that boy. And then, like, Visitor 3, Victor Trent starts, like, fucking meandering over to their table where they're having dinner with their parents. And, like, Jake is just like, oh, Tom, remember when Tom did the buzzer beater and dunked the basketball into the hoop and it was so cool? And his dad's like, yeah, I remember that. And then their mom was like, you weren't there. And the dad's like, oh, yeah.
But I remember hearing you talk about it. It's nice
Yeah.
because he, like, obviously is the very classic, like, I don't have time for my family businessman, but he also obviously cares and everyone's very understanding about it. So it's not like this call out where she's like, you weren't there. She's like, honey, you weren't there. You were busy. And he's like, oh, yeah, but I'll be there next time. And it's, like, weirdly not very cynical, which just
it's
made
not
me really
like
happy.
it's not like sure you will, Dad. He's
Yeah.
just like it's just like they're very understanding that he's working very hard.
Jake gets a genuine, like, goofy ass smile on his face when his dad's like, because he's like, oh, Tom will be at your games. And Jake's like, well, Tom left the team. And then his dad says, well, then Jake will be at your games. And Jake gets this
like,
genuine, like, goofy ass grin. And it's just really nice and good.
And then everyone in the diner is just like, hey, shut the fuck up. Look at that dude over there. And because everyone apparently knows who Victor Trent is. He showed up a month ago, and he's like, and he's just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, I'm here now. I work with Jake's dad. And then there's a really prolonged scene of Jake eating an escargot to, like, eating snails to own the Yerks.
Yeah. And there's sort of, this episode has been, or was particularly guilty, I think, of a crime that this show commits, which is having scenes that go on for just too long. Just a little bit too long. Like, Visser walks up and he's like, oh, hey, Jake's dad, we're old business friends or whatever. And then he offers his hand to Jake, and Jake is horrified and doesn't want to shake his hand. And it's like he ignores him for long enough that, to their credit, his mom does go like, Jake. But then he recovers and goes, oh, sorry, I had fish on my hands. I didn't think you'd want to smell like it. And then shakes his hand and everything's fine. And, like, but it's just too long. Just, like, barely, almost twice too long. And it's a theme in this episode. But I do like that he just eats escargot and Tom and Visser are just staring at him with rage in their eyes. And then we get the theme song. So just to recap, so far the structure of this episode has been monologue over the instrumental of the theme song, cold open, theme song.
Yeah, this show takes its sweet fucking time getting rolling.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's for good measure, because this is a banger of an episode.
Mm-hmm. Well,
the second episode's an Axe episode. Who's the first episode centered on?
I guess it... Well, the thing is, the episode we were watching didn't have, like, an end cap monologue because it cut off before the credits. So
yeah,
I don't think we actually got a distinct narrator. So it's sort of a Cassie, Rachel, Jake episode, but it does follow Jake for a lot of it. They're all together for most of the episode.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a banger because we do get to see that really great chat UI that does look like word art. Word, just like Microsoft Word text art that sort of every time you send a message, a 3D, it pops up on the other person's computer, just like,
and like does some like word art rotate, like some PowerPoint ass, like,
yeah,
next slide rotations,
which is just delightful. And also I think not very subtle if you are teens leading a rebellion in which you cannot trust anybody, and at least half of you are sitting in a public space because you're at, your cyber cafe, and your secret intel is popping up on your screen in size 175 font with the fucking bevel, Yeah.
It's even got like a drop shadow. Like, you just cannot miss that. Like, you could read that from a mile away.
Yeah.
I was just suddenly remembered of this time in middle school when we had to do PowerPoint presentations, where we had to like do PowerPoint presentations based on a word, and like we had to like pick music and like do a PowerPoint and be like, this is what this word means, and I chose friendship.
Aww.
And the song that I chose was who was it? I want to say Brad Paisley.
What?
It was a song by Brad Paisley. I want to say Tracy Lawrence. Called "Find Out Who Your Friends Are." Somebody's gonna drop everything, hit the gas, get there fast, never stop and think what's in it for me or it's way too far. You find out who your friends are. I was in a big country music phase that time in my life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was a slut for country music for like 3 years in the late 2000s.
Huh.
It was not a good time in my life, and I'm not proud of it.
That's very intriguing.
I hurt a lot of people in that time for my enjoyment of shitty music.
Yeah, that'll happen. It'll drag you in.
Yeah.
This chat conversation that they're having is bookended by Axe having food experiences, which is mostly evidently an excuse for Marco to throw really sardonic answers at his questions about food etymology. And I did ask this while we watched it, but I watched it again, and I do have to just reiterate who's paying for this, because Axe has so much food in front of him, and Marco just keeps bringing him food from this cyber cafe.
Are the only lines that Marco says in this entire episode, not really, not really?
Essentially,
not really.
Pretty in this scene.
Because Axe is like, is this hot dog made out of dog? And Marco's like, not really. Is it good? Not really.
Yeah. And
is this hamburger made out of ham? Not really.
And they bring
is it nutritious?
Of the, like, easiest rules. Like, I feel like it's one of the first rules you learn about, like, writing a joke is, like, rule of threes. And so I was like, oh, they're sort of bringing it back for a third time because he gets a hamburger and he asks if it's made out of ham. It says not really. But then he does it for a fourth time. And then it's over. And from whence? From whence this construction? It's just nonsense.
That's a really good question, Seda. From whence this construction is a good ass question.
Thank you. It's one that I really strive to answer in any media that I consume. And unfortunately in this, we don't know, and we still don't know who the fuck is paying for it. It's so much food, and I cannot imagine it was cheap. I mean, food was relatively cheaper in the 90s, but it's still, like, a kitschy, like, bowling alley-esque sort of food counter at a cyber cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Axe doesn't even eat a whole hot dog. He just takes the meat out of the bun and he eats it.
He does in fact do that.
And he also does it with the hamburger, but you know it's worth it because we get to see him have a goofy smile when he eats a hamburger and he likes it and he smiles really big and I liked it.
You get so emotional about Axe and it's the cutest thing in the world.
I love him so much.
He is such a strong boy. What happens next? I genuinely don't remember.
We get a incredible... Well, there's probably, like, sneaking into the...
the complex.
No, okay,
but
sorry.
First...
Jake is working in the clinic while they're talking, and at this point, mysterious equipment starts getting brought in, and he gets kicked out, and it's revealed, like, ooh, there's a big VIP coming into the health clinic. This generic health clinic, which I think is a spa, just based off of the treatments we see.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There's a bunch of security, and there's a whole bunch of stuff, and Jake leaves, and is very suspicious because of this increased security, and it's revealed that the VIP visitor is the governor who also just announced his bid for presidency. And so they sort of reveal, like, ooh, I bet that the Yerks are going to try and yerk the governor because he's going to be president. And it's at this point that we blessedly get a scene where we actually see Axe in Andalite form, which I just appreciate because I know I gave this caveat a lot. I understand that it's a TV show with a limited budget, and it makes a lot more sense to have somebody in human form than dressed up in a full alien costume, but we actually see him as an Andalite, which I appreciate because Axe spends most of his time as an Andalite. Fine. Unfortunately, the reason that we get this scene is because his fur, I guess, has demagnetization properties. So we get a scene of Jake grabbing Marco's video rental card and rubbing it gently across Axe's enormous pecs to turn it into a generic security key that will unlock anything and everything.
Yeah, no, he does just like rub it all over his chest, like he is just like he's got that like bar of soap, and he is just going to town on that left pectoral.
Yeah, and then he turns back into a human, which is like, why? He was already in the makeup. Surely you could have just finished the scene. Whatever. They sneak into the spa, and there's a pretty bad to look at lion morph from Rachel.
Yeah.
Because Visser 3 and his cronies all appear, and they're all trying to get him, and there's sneaking, and then Jake falls into the hot tub, which they've discovered is a yerk pool. And
Jake falls straight out of like a fucking ventilator shaft into the yerk pool.
Everybody falls down, and he falls right into the yerk pool. And in order to help them escape, Rachel turns into a lion. It's not great to look at. And the governor storms out of the building saying, the governor has a really good exit line is mostly the thing that I took from it, which is that having seen a lion in this spa, he says this place shouldn't just be shut down, it should be burnt down, which is great, first of all, for a politician to be like, fuck this, burn this place to the ground. But his justification for this is that you shouldn't be helping an animal in a human health clinic, but that's the reaction you have to, like, a gross animal, right? Like, I feel like if I saw a lion in a hospital, I wouldn't be like, ew.
If I saw a lion in a hospital, I would be like, oh, a friend.
I'd be like, dope therapy lion. Let me get in there.
Please I want that lion to maul me as a form of coping.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said, throw my body to a big cat. I've always said this.
That is in your last will and testament. If you turn your driver's license over to the other side, it does in fact say that on there.
Yes, I do indeed have my last will and testament printed on my driver's license.
No, Seda. I meant like those were two separate statements. Your last will and testament says that, and also like in case of emergency. Like,
no, but I'm confirming you're right. My last will and testament is printed very small, like a cheat sheet on my driver's license, which is not a full driver's license because I cannot drive.
So it's like one of the the Lord's Prayer transcribed on a grain of rice.
Yeah, it's honestly more will and testament than it is driver's license.
I like the idea. I like the alternative idea of it just being like it says, "This is my last will and testament. Throw body to lion. All my leavings to Geralt. Goodbye."
Yeah.
Like just in crayon, handwritten on there.
Yeah. Oh no. I have a label maker. I printed it and then I stuck it on.
Is that legally binding?
No. Okay. So I know so much about wills. We cannot get into this.
Okay.
It really depends on your
sorry.
jurisdiction and where you are. Generally, a handwritten will is accepted as long as it's entirely written. Anyway, wills are important. Get a will. Get a will. Everyone get a will, by the way, because if you die and you don't have one, it fucking sucks for everyone around you. Get a will. Part 2, second episode that we watched, starts off with Star Wars talk, which made me look up when the first prequel was released, because I couldn't remember. And
was it 01?
99.
Oh, okay.
May 1999, and this started airing in 1998. So this was before the prequels, which was very... So basically, they're walking and they're talking...
Did we know we were gonna... Like, when episode 4 came out, was like... We knew that... We probably knew that was gonna be a trilogy, but like... Was George Lucas like, listen... We got to get to episode 6, but then we'll go back and refill in the blanks. Or like, did we know that in 98? I mean, we had to have, right?
They already knew that the prequels were about to happen, yeah. Because there
True.
was hype for it. Oh, forgot to mention the important part, which is that in escaping from the hospital, they turn the hot tub yerk pool all the way up and they kill a shit ton of yerks.
Yep, that is exactly as it happens.
Yeah, and so they're celebrating, and I just thought this was really cute that Cassie, like Rachel's like, there's still so much more to do, like we can't take this moment to celebrate, and Cassie says, hey, even Luke Skywalker got a medal before the Empire struck back, and then Marco says, that's true, but they didn't have to worry about Jabba the Hutt squirming around in their ears, which I just love, and so this means that the prequels probably, if we say that the episodes are set when they came out, then within the next 8 months probably, I'm sure that Cassie and Marco, and I'm not sure who else would be a big Star Wars of the group. I think that those two.
Rachel goes so she can spend time in a dark room with Cassie and spend 2 hours getting up the nerve to put her arm around Cassie's shoulder and never actually do it.
That does not sound like Rachel at all to me.
Yeah, you're right. It's vice versa. Cassie invites Rachel, and Rachel is just oblivious.
Yeah. But that means that they probably went and saw the prequels and then got super mad, because I think that they're old enough that they would have actually been angry, gotten the prequel angries.
Oh my god, I just love the idea of Cassie shouting at the screen, what the fuck is that, as soon as Jar Jar appears on screen?
Yeah, Cassie and Marco just going the fuck off afterwards. They meet up with the gang.
Jake is I don't know, I didn't think it was that bad. And Marco's are you dumb motherfucker?
What the fuck is a midichlorian? And Jake's I don't know, I thought it kind of made sense.
Oh my god, we need to write this fan fiction.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd have opinions.
Yeah. So they get back to the barn and Axe is immediately Yerk.
Well,
but he spends 2 minutes dancing around the word.
We get a very brief Tobias Axe scene, which
always
always makes me happy, where Axe goes, hey, do dead rats taste better than they look? And Tobias is hell yeah, dude, they're even better when they're alive. And Axe gives him a look, and Tobias is don't.
It's good.
Axe nearly but doesn't eat a rat, and then everyone else enters.
and then Axe dances around the term controller for 2 minutes, and then
yeah.
And then they're oh, a Yerk would never shake an Andalite's hand. Axe, demorph your hand and shake Jake's hand. Which I don't think did that happen in the books?
Not exactly that, but I know that there was a similar, because one of the things that gave Jake away was that the Yerk literally spat out the word Andalite at some point. But this specific act of, oh yeah, well if you're a controller, I bet you wouldn't shake Axe's demorphed hand, and he does, which convinces both Marco and Rachel. And they're sorry man, and they hug him, and then Cassie's well, I think that Jake would want us to be sure, and Jake would want us to tie him to a chair for 3 days. I think that's what Jake would want. And everyone's fair enough.
And then Jake is I don't want that, actually.
Yeah.
And then they're that sounds like a controller.
Also, Axe calls Jake his closest human friend, which is very sweet.
He doesn't know what the word gay, he doesn't know the words gay lover yet.
No, he does not. So rarely do I get the opportunity.
What's the Andalite word for fuck buddy?
I don't know any Andalite words. So.
I mean, there's the Nothlit. I know that one.
Uh-huh.
That's the Andalite word. That's the one Andalite word that I know.
Yeah. What's the one for the one that he uses with Tobias, where it's we're the best friends of forever?
Oh, I don't know. Let me take a quick Google. Keep talking, and I'll look that up.
That's a cute one. What I was gonna say was I rarely have the opportunity to actually shout people out for their good acting on this show, but I have to say Shawn kind of fucking kills it in this episode.
Yeah, he does.
Him as the controller.
Shorm. The word is Shorm.
Shorm. Yeah, I thought you were saying Shawn's name poorly.
No.
I was why? I was saying something nice about him.
It means a close friend you never lie to and knows all your secrets. Someone you trust completely and that they could hold their tail blade to your throat and you would never worry.
Yeah, I love them so much.
Yeah, Tobias, and I'm really excited to get back to reading the fucking books.
Yeah, for sure. Shawn as controller Jake is like just off enough that you can really tell something's wrong. Like he's a little bit too smiley and trying too hard to be cool. And not only is he so good in that, we then also get to see him as Axe pretending to, as Axe as Jake, which is also a delight. And so it was really nice for me to.
It did my absolute favorite trope of like this is a really niche one. It doesn't show up very often, but the best example I can think of is in Stardust Crusaders. This is a reference that's not going to make any sense to you or like most of our listeners, but there's a scene in Stardust Crusaders where someone impersonates like someone like, you know, shapeshifts into this guy Noriaki Kakyoin, who's one of the team members. And one of the first signs that he is not who he says he is that he does a really weird thing with a cherry. Like he just bounces a cherry around his tongue where he just says lick 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 lick. He says lick a lot. And then after they beat the bad guy and Kakyoin is back, he puts the cherry in his mouth and does the exact same thing with it, just because that's just like a thing he normally does.
Oh yeah,
because
I have written down is there's a truly incredible Jake reveal that he eats artichokes like a complete animal.
Like a monster.
Yeah, which is just delightful. Yeah,
it
that
really
made me
is.
really happy. There's a lot of really like Axe Jake sort of.
I think I want to go out on a limb and say that like I think the Capture Part 2 is like the first episode of Animorphs I would be willing to call good.
It wouldn't be my first, but it's certainly a highlight.
I think it's the best one.
And I think that's they lean into their goofiness in the right ways, but then they also have genuine emotional beats, which I think is partially just because the content of this book is hard to not make hard-hitting, I think.
Yeah.
But before we get too deeply into that, there's just a couple other Axe Jake goofs that I really love. He's eating chips and he's talking to Marco as he's heading to Jake's house to try and pretend to be Jake for his family. He's asking if there's going to be more chips, and Marco's like, "Yo, just so you know, human men also think about other things." And Axe is like, "What?" And Marco says, "Oh, human guys also think about sports and girls." And yep, they sure do, Marco. Thanks, bud.
And then there's a really good follow-up scene on that where Axe just like proves he's like, "Look, there is a lady boxer on the television."
Oh yeah, look what I found on the sports channel. Girls lifting weights. Do you want to watch? It's like, yeah, bud. Sure.
I mean, I certainly do. You know I'm about to watch some of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. It makes me really happy. I tried to look up in a few different places who plays the Yeerk in this episode, and I couldn't find any record of it, which is too bad because they do a really good job.
They do. They do.
We sort of get like
this is like the best. I think this might be some of the best acting we've seen out of like Shawn Ashmore in this show.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh yeah, and it's the way that they sort of do the brain space is a little bit weird, but it's like pretty normal 90s weird. It's like it looks like brain fog.
Yeah, it looks like they're flying in like a vapor. Like it looks like they're flying in a vapor wave.
The funniest thing that they do there,
it's like that YouTube poop where Chandler dies and goes to heaven. From Friends.
The TV show Friends,
The 16-minute it's a YouTube poop. It's a weird mashup, and it's one of the absolute funniest things I've ever seen.
I got that Vine attention span. I can't do YouTube poop anymore.
Oh man, you pumped for Vine too, though?
Is that still happening?
Probably. You excited for like Jake Paul and Lele Pons to come back?
Yeah.
You excited to see more of Peaks?
They didn't go anywhere, any of them. They've been around.
They have been around. And they're going to come back and make Vine 1,000% worse. Hey, do you remember when? Sorry to get off topic, but I've been watching a lot of like Vine hatred of old Vine people. Remember when like 18 of the top 50 Vine creators got into a room with the Vine execs and said, "Hey, if you give each of us $1 million, we will make content for your app, and it will like draw people into the app more."
Yeah, it was pretty wild. A lot of stuff about Vine was pretty wild. A lot of it in good ways, but unfortunately also not.
Like the fact that they never like bothered to like do any monetization. The content creators did monetize on their own. Like they did like ads and stuff. But like, how was Vine ever making any money? They didn't do any ads.
I have no idea. I don't know how anything on the internet works. I just go on it.
You just go on it and click on the Vine compilations and watch cat videos.
I record my own cat videos.
You do that, and you watch those.
Yeah, I do. Hi.
Speaking of, Gerald heard that we were talking about him.
I touched him. He was sleeping beside me.
Oh, Gerald! Oh, I love this fat little boy. Last night, last night I think my cat found an Animorph. Because I didn't see this with my own two eyes, but like, so Andrea was over last night, and she and I were sitting on the couch, and we hear like this frenzied like meow, meow, meow from outside, and so like, you know, me with my broken leg, I can't really go anywhere, but Andrea gets up and runs over to look at the back patio, and there was like Sophie, my cat, and then an orange cat that looks exactly like Sophie facing opposite her.
Hell yeah.
And so I think an Animorph may have acquired my cat.
Sure, why not?
So, I mean, yeah, maybe my parents are controllers.
They're trying to infiltrate the podcast to control the narrative.
Yeah. Well,
One
I mean,
time I read a fanfic in like probably 2002, maybe.
Sure.
It was a Harry Potter Buffy crossover in which Buffy was the real world and J.K. Rowling was a character in it that wrote Harry Potter as a ruse, that Harry Potter was an entirely true story, but J.K. Rowling wrote it as a ruse to try and hide the magic world so that everybody thought it was fake. And that's just always really stuck with me.
I once read a fan fiction about Ranma 1/2 where Ranma realized, like, oh shit, I think I'm a girl. That was good.
Yep. That sounds good. Fan fiction is good.
Yeah, I read did I send you the really good Animorphs fan fiction that my girlfriend Sophie sent me?
No.
Oh yeah, it's about Tobias realizing that they're a girl and not like a boy.
Yeah.
And coming out to Rachel about it, and it's extremely good.
That sounds really good.
I gotta link you to. You have to read it. It's really short. It's really good. Okay, so back to the episode. The Yeerk starves, and basically everything happens like it did in the book. So go back and listen to our episode on the capture of the book if you want. But yeah, oh my god, I just realized Blair is going to be back in like a month from now. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Hell yes. Oh, I have missed him. Oh, Seda, do not get me wrong. I absolutely love doing this podcast with you. And here, I'm going to reveal the secret now. Seda is going to be staying on once we go back to doing the books, because I can't imagine going back to the series without Seda tagging along. But, like, I miss having Blair on fearbaiting so badly.
Yeah, the episode we did was really good and fun.
Yeah. That's, God, having you two and me, having you two on a podcast once every other week is going to be a fucking nightmare.
Hell
A very good nightmare, but like...
Nightmare for nightmare, baby.
Hell yeah.
But the stuff with the Yeerk slowly dying and trying to manipulate all of his friends and lashing out at people is really well done, actually.
Yeah.
It was never going to be quite as affecting as the books, just because the books, you're literally inside Jake's head while this is happening. And just because of the natural change in tone between the books and the show. But it still has some really affecting moments, like when the Yeerk almost fools Cassie into letting him go, and then Jake fights the Yeerk, and Cassie notices him fighting, and basically is just like, "Oh shit! Hey Jake, you're in there. I believe in you, and I believe in you, and I like you a lot. Don't worry. Yep, you're doing great, Jake. Bye, yay, bye." And it's just really nice, and they just consistently are like, hey, we're all here for you. Like, we're never gonna leave you alone to do this by yourself, and we support you. And it's,
in the words of the great Rick Astley, Jake, we will never give you up, and we will also never let you down.
Yeah, and it's really nice. And
yeah,
good.
it's sweet.
Yeah.
And then like Jake tries to sneak out while Rachel is quote sleeping, but she was just pretending to sleep. And Axe breaks, and yet again someone breaks the cardinal rule of morphing, where you cannot morph from morph to morph.
He actually does turn back into an Andalite briefly.
Oh, he does? I must have missed that.
Very, very quickly. Like, it happens so fast. That definitely I missed it on the first watch, but he does, because he.
Oh, you watched it again?
Yesterday I wasn't fit to remember things.
Mood.
He shows up as Jake, and then very quickly sort of morphs through his Andalite, which I only noticed because I glanced at the screen and I saw him go from human chest to the like weird barrel chest of the Andalite that's got so many ab, just too many ab.
It really is just too many dang ab.
Yeah, and then turn into baby boy Axe. And it is like pretty affecting to see the yerk come out of Jake's ear. All of his friends. For me, I know that the most emotional moment for you comes in a minute in the episode. For me, watching all of his friends in a circle around him, basically being like, hey, Jake, we believe in you. You can do this. You can fight this. It's almost over. We're here for you. Just like coaching him through extruding this dying creature from his brain, this malevolent force from his brain.
Yeah.
Really hit me really hard. And it's really affecting to see the slug sort of fall out onto the forest floor, and Jake just like his pallor is, he's like so sweaty, he's so pale, and he just has this horrified look on his face, and he just crushes it. Like it's sort of, I think it's probably the first act of like, it's the most visceral act of murder we've seen on the show.
Definitely.
Completely valid and like incredibly earned. But it's still, it's better. I was worried about this episode because I love this book so much, but they delivered a lot more than I thought they would, which is cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And at this point,
and then there's a scene at the end where that makes me want to cry.
Yeah, the wrap up essentially. Jake sort of tries to have the conversation with Cassie where he's like, hey, so you know those things I said? And she's like, you didn't say them. That's fine. It wasn't you. And he's like, yes, that's fine. But you guys never gave up on me, and you always supported me. And he has had Axe create a voice changer / probably like scrambler so it can't be traced.
Sure.
Phone situation.
Yeah.
Which I know, I do remember happening in the books as well, so that he can essentially call Tom and have it be anonymous, and sort of reach past the yerk to be like, hey, Tom, you aren't alone in this fight. Never give up. You know, somebody's going to save you. Somebody's going to save all of us. We're all going to do this. Which is really lovely, and we get a little scene of it that pans down to Tom's hand, and it shakes slightly, which is sort of... We've got two constant tells when it comes to yerks. You know that somebody got a yerk in their ear at some point if they ever scratch it. If they ever scratch their ear, they have or have had a yerk inside of their brain. And if their hand shakes or moves at all, then the person is
fighting
trying
back.
To fight. Yeah. Those are sort of your tells.
Those are the only two tells.
Yeah.
And that's the episode. I you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I actually kind of liked this one, which is, I know I've been down on the show a lot, and I think this might just be Stockholm syndrome, but I think this was actually like a good episode.
I liked it. I mean, but I also don't have as negative of a view of the show as you do.
Oh, I think the show is like garish. Like,
it's just such an average ass 90s sitcom. Like,
I just oh god.
Not sitcom. I always say sitcom when I mean TV show.
Just the flashlight beams is a lot. is a lot to deal with.
Yeah, okay, I think that is true, but I guess I'm also a person who has watched a lot of, like, classic Doctor Who and stuff.
Fair.
So,
very fair.
I think I have a much different tolerance for low-budget sci-fi shenaniganery.
Yep.
Which, yeah, is legit, and I understand that. There were just two things that I forgot to bring up that I want to call out. I'm going to try and cut it out so maybe we can just splice it in here briefly. The jaunty montage music when we're getting Axe trying to pretend to be Jake around Jake's family is some of the best incidental music I've ever heard in a television show.
Yeah.
It's so good, and it cuts out at the perfect, like, punchline moment. It cuts out really awkwardly, which makes it more endearing to me, and then comes back to just do a little wrap-up. It's like, a burr, burr, which is really delightful. And then, at the complete opposite end of the emotional spectrum, when we finally have the Yerk in Jake's body giving up and being openly hostile, and Tobias is looking after him, and he says, how does it feel to be trapped in the body of a filthy scavenger? And Tobias just sounds like existentially so bored. He's like so over it. He's like, I'm not a scavenger, I'm a predator. And that just makes me so happy. Tobias is like, at least
this shit again.
At least insult me right.
It's like that scene in Monsters Inc. when Mike Wazowski. It's pronounced cretin. If you're gonna insult me, do it properly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
anyways.
Really good.
So this is something that we promise to do at least once a month, and we forget to. So hey, this is a shout out to all of our patrons. But specifically, we would like to thank very much for your patronage Michael Kaiser, Sophie, Catherine J, Alec, and Paul Bechtel. If you would like to support us, have a shout out said, give us if you would like to support the show, patreon.com/fearbaiting supports this and our other podcast, Fearbaiting, the horror movie podcast, which will be back this week. Again, sorry about the delay on all that shit. And if you support us at the $5 level or higher, you get a shout out once a month, which we will be doing better about. As well as at $5 a month, you can give us a message to read out live on the air. No one has taken advantage of that yet, and I'm reaching out to everyone to see if they would like to take advantage of that fact. And also, $10 a month, you get to make us watch a movie, which I'm also going to reach out about that because we have not had a listener demanded movie in a little while. For fear baiting, obviously. You can't demand us to watch a movie for the Wonder Years. You can't make us. We won't let you.
Unless you make your own Animorphs movie.
If you make an Animorphs fan film, I will watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like 100% promise guarantee.
I'm going to double check the iTunes store, see if anyone has rated or reviewed the show, and say to where people... Actually, no, you can find us...
Do we want to do questions?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I completely forgot. I tried to do a good transition, but I did a bad one.
That's okay.
We have questions at the Wonder Years on Twitter if you want to send us a question. This question from @Pidmon. Y'all going to try and encounter a zebra and leopard, just be able to DNA mix up your persona? I mean, ideally, yes, but I think I would die.
Yeah.
My tiger also my persona is a tiger, and also white tigers just kind of exist in the wild, so I think I can just like do that.
But I'm very into this zebra leopard idea. That's pretty
Axe
cool.
does do it. Axe does do the thing.
Yeah, he does. I feel like Cassie could probably do it. She's good at morphing. Oh,
for sure.
I would love to see that. I would love to see her just get like real weird and artsy with it. I want Cassie to give somebody fucking nightmares. Just like appearing in their home with like butterfly wings and the face of an eagle and the lower body of a crocodile, but standing up tall.
Oh god, that's a good image.
Yeah, it is. I really like that.
Also, does the show put as much of the danger of first acquiring the morphs as in the books, or is that more handled due to budget/safety? It's kind of there, but there's a lot of like off-screen acquiring of morphs that's happening.
Yeah,
probably because of safety, but like there hasn't been much.
I think it's mostly just time. Like in the books, it's fine to devote a chapter to have like the action sequence of them nearly drowning while they try to become dolphins or whatever. But when you're doing, a 22-minute television show, unless you really need to pad for time or something very plot relevant happens, I think that they're sort of just like, yep. And then the animals, don't worry about it.
Yep. This question from @TP_Albuquerque, friend of the show, Evan. Why are these... Well, hold on, let me do my best Jerry Seinfeld. Why are those kids always turning into animals? I don't get it. But seriously, good you're back, Lulu. Thank you. Why are those kids always turning into animals?
No, opposite. Why aren't they turning into animals more? This has been my complaint for the entirety of this television show. They're humans too often. They should be animals more.
Yeah, no, like, my biggest problem... If I was conscripted into the Animorph War, like, my biggest problem would not be that I would absolutely be a Tobias about this. Like, I would just spend as much time as, like, a tiger or something as I possibly could. And just, like, fucking chill. But, like, I'd be like, God damn it, my parents are home. I can't really, like, Hulk out in my bedroom. Because what if they open the door and what if they're a controller?
Or they're just scared the tiger.
Yeah, that too. So, like, the worst I would probably do is, like, morph Chunk.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah. And so that's going to do it for questions. If you want to check us out at The Wonder Yerks on Twitter or thewonderyerks@gmail.com, you can check out our sister podcast, Fear Baiting, and also the other show that I do, Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, Not a Threat, Just a Fact, which is a leftism podcast that comes out every Friday. You can also find me personally at Gayest Lulu on Twitter, and also send me names that you think I might like. Mm-hmm. And I'm also chiesatanaka.tumblr.com.
Yeah. I'm on Twitter at nudity with an EA instead of a Y, like the beverage. And you can find a bunch of music and stuff that I do at www.gaygothvibes.online. I have a Patreon now. If you throw me $1 a month, you get, like, behind the scenes, and you get drafts, and you get me linking to videos that are private from 2011 when I was just figuring it out. And there's a lot of really embarrassing sort of YouTube-y chatter because I was trying to express my personality online.
I also recommend checking out Sada's YouTube channel because there's some really good music performances on there, and also one of my favorite videos of all time where they are talking about fandom drama in, what fandom is it? Sorry to bring this video up. I know it's a bit of a sore spot for you, but,
Yeah. It's just forum drama about, combinations of Canadian pop stars and fruits.
Okay.
That, like, I really can't get into again on here because, I mean, that video was supposed to be deleted. I don't even really know how it was leaked onto my channel. And I can't seem to take it down. So what are you going to do? I guess people are just going to have to see the uncensored, sort of twisted version of me that sometimes the animal has to be let loose.
Hey, and, sometimes you got to animorph it.
Sometimes you got to animorph it. Yeah, that's my other YouTube channel that's full of just the stupidest shit. That makes me sometimes think, hey, what if I ever put my energy into anything productive? Imagine if I'd written a book.
Yeah.
But it's Posada Chip, like my name, but snack.
Sada, you have the best online names.
Thanks.
Anyways, we'll be back again next week. We should be back to a regular schedule because I can actually, like, function sitting at a computer desk for more than an hour now. Got my foot in a boot. I can shower now I can actually get my right leg wet again, which I'm really excited about.
Woo.
And yeah, so we will be back again in 1 week. And until then, folks, I'm Lulu.
And I'm Sada.
And remember,
keep your hand on that escalator.
see ya.